Beige. Why so much beige? Brenda glared at the walls of the therapist's office. Her husband, Barry, hummed obliviously beside her, picking at a loose thread on his shirt.
Welcome, welcome.
Dr. Lisa Patel beamed, all bright smile and colourful scarf against the neutral backdrop. Brenda wanted to hate her immediately, but that smile, disarming.
So, you two are
on the verge of divorce?
She's kidding, mostly.
Dr. Patel's smile didn't falter.
right. Well, let's dive in, shall we?
Their issues, it turned out, were less irreconcilable differences, and more Brenda can't stand how Barry loads the dishwasher.
It's systematic chaos.
Brenda cried, gesturing wildly. Barry rolled his eyes.
It's called being efficient.
Dr. Patel, to her credit, remained composed. Mostly. Brenda caught a flicker of amusement in her eyes, though. And that was just the tip of the iceberg. Apparently, leaving the toilet seat up was not just inconsiderate, but a personal attack. And the great spatula debate of 24? Don't even get Brenda started. As the sessions progressed, Dr. Patel, with her uncanny knack for asking the right and often hilarious questions, began to unravel the deeper threads beneath the seemingly trivial arguments.
The spatula, Brenda. Does it perhaps represent a larger frustration with control in your life?
Brenda, caught off guard, had burst into tears. Barry, for once, looked speechless. Turns out his efficient dishwasher loading was less about the dishes and more about feeling inadequate in his new job. Who knew a misplaced spatula could unearth such emotional turmoil? One of Dr. Patel's more interesting methods involved a role reversal exercise. Brenda, forced to embody Barry's laid-back demeanour, ended up sprawled on the couch, snoring softly. Barry, channeling his inner Brenda, was a sight to behold. He fussed over imaginary dust, straightened Dr. Patel's already immaculate bookshelf, and even attempted to reorganize her pen holder, by colour.
See? This is how it's done.
The experience was, in a word, enlightening. And hilarious. Even Brenda had to admit, watching Barry try to fold a throw blanket was comedy gold.
Through all the bickering, the tears, and the occasional near brawl over the correct way to fold a fitted sheet, Dr. Patel remained a beacon of hope.
And humor.
She had this knack for finding the funny side of our dysfunction, often leaving us in stitches even as we unearthed painful memories or confronted uncomfortable truths.
Laughter, she'd say, her eyes twinkling, is the best therapy. Well, that and a good burrito, but preferably both.
And it was true. Laughter, we discovered, could be a powerful antidote to resentment.
It could bridge the gap between frustration and understanding.
One evening, after a particularly grueling session, they found themselves at their favourite burrito joint, sharing a plate of nachos.
You know, maybe you're right about the dishwasher.
Brenda said, wiping a stray crumb from Barry's chin, a gesture that would have sparked a war just weeks earlier.
I am?
Maybe it's not about the dishes at all.
And in that moment, over a shared plate of cheesy, messy goodness, they finally saw it. The fear, the insecurity, the desperate need to be heard. It wasn't about spatulas or dishwashers or toilet seats. It was about love and burritos. Definitely burritos. The following session, Dr. Patel, ever the professional, guided them through the revelation with warmth and insight.
Communication, you see, is key.
Just then, her phone buzzed. She glanced at the screen, her face falling.
Excuse me a moment.
She muttered, stepping out of the room. Through the door, they heard snippets of a one-sided conversation.
For the last time, Raj, yes, I use the good towels. No, I don't care if it clashes with your outfit. It's a bath towel, not a fashion statement.
She returned, her composure slightly ruffled. Clearing her throat, she said,
As I was saying, communication is vital, even when discussing something as trivial as towel choices.
Brenda and Barry exchanged a knowing look. Even therapists, it seemed, weren't immune to the absurdities of relationships. To laugh often and hard, because life, with all its messy, spatula-flinging glory, was simply too short to take everything so seriously. And to laugh, they were learning to hear each other, to see the person behind the frustration. But something had shifted. There would be good days and bad dishwasher battles and towel wars. Their journey, of course, wasn't over.
Or burritos. And when in doubt, there's always therapy. Remember, communication is key.
As they walked hand in hand out of the office, Barry leaned in and whispered,
How about both?
Now you're speaking my language.
Life, much like a therapist's office, can be an overwhelming mix of beige walls and uncomfortable truths. But within those walls, amidst the awkward silences and tearful breakthroughs, lies the potential for incredible growth, understanding, and yes, even humour. Because sometimes the secret to a happy relationship isn't about avoiding the arguments, but about learning to fight right. It's about finding the humour in the chaos and the love in the little things, like a perfectly loaded dishwasher or a shared plate of nachos. And hey, if you happen to have a therapist who recommends burritos as part of the healing process, you've struck gold.